Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of The Conversation with Chichi and Emmanuel. Now, one of the things that actually happen before we get into a relationship or we get married is that we have other relationships before that. And in some cases, we have children with the people that we actually get a date. From either the men and the women, there are children that are born from the previous relationships that we actually have. There brings in another issue of the baby mama, and baby daddy drama while we are in these relationships that brings about a lot of problems. I am not alone. I am with my friend Chichi and she picks it up.
Of course, we are back one more time, and always, as usual, we have beautiful people joining us in the studio. I'll let them introduce themselves and what they do, and then we get into it. Ladies?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Asibongile Domingo. I work and I do business.
Oh yeah, what's up? I am Yamba. I'm Yamba. I'm an artist and I work.
Okay.
Great. So now the issue that we have today on hand is baby mama, baby daddy issues. Now, to be honest with you, I think it's really a very somewhat difficult
You already
situation.
sound personal. What's with this issue, honestly?
My heart.
You're already emotional about it?
I know what I'm saying.
It's like we have a really good story to listen to from
I mean, my main question is, how do you handle it? What are the restrictions of a baby mama, of a baby daddy? Can you just allow them to come to your house anytime? Do they have the right to call your partner at any time? What if the baby is crying? The baby is sick? Do they just randomly say, oh my God, I'm so sorry for calling you at 23 hours, but he just wanted to talk to daddy.
At 23 hours.
You see, that's the thing. How do you handle it?
Yeah,
There's so many pressures.
Me, I'm all about not things happen for a reason, but there are types. It depends on how your relationship was in the first place. I think there are certain things that people put up with, and then maybe make a stop to it. But there are some people who just maybe avoid confrontations and leave it at that, and then maybe when they move on, then it escalates. So I think it's all about, for me, I'm all about having conversations. Communication is always important. I think if you're trying to move on, or if you're going to move on, talk to that person, because obviously they're part of your life because of that child, which has a point.
I want to understand something, Sibo. What gives the right to this person who you, of course, had a relationship with and you've made it clear to them that the relationship has actually ended? Of course, there's a child. What gives them the right to just come in as and when they actually feel like they can call, as and when they actually feel like? What gives them the right to do that?
Okay, I always love to talk about boundaries. If I've got a child with another man, he will only go as far as causing drama that I will allow him to cause. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I have not set boundaries for him. I have not told him I'm in a relationship, I'm married to someone else. This is only how far you can go. It's up to me to make it clear to the other person, listen, I'm with this other person. If you need anything, you have to communicate with me, unless if it's in a situation where maybe the child is sick. Yes, you can call me at an ungodly hour, but you just decide to blow up my phone at midnight, 23 hours for no apparent reason. It doesn't make sense.
Give us a typical example on how you would handle. Let's say, for example, you meet this man, you love this man, you want to settle down with this person, but this person has got a child. Mm-hmm. Well, it might be one, might be two, it doesn't really matter. In your own imagination, how far should the baby mama take it? What time should they call? Like, should they go through you? How is it supposed to work out?
She doesn't necessarily have to go through me. At the end of the day, communication is very important between myself and the person that I'm in a relationship with. What am I trying to say? He should be the first person to come to me and make me understand. This is how he communicates with the other person. If he's being shady with the way he communicates, then I'll start to put question marks. But then if he is open, he's free to talk to the other person even when I am there. Then, to me, that doesn't become a problem. Yes, if depending on who's keeping the kids at that particular time, obviously, if at all that something happens to the child, there is no way it is going to be, very bad of me if she decides to coach at 23 hours and she's telling the father, no, listen, the child is sick, we need to rush to the hospital for exam. Then I tell him, no, you can't start calling at this time of the night. I think that would be very wrong of me. It also depends on the circumstance at a particular time. Mm-hmm. If you just decide, like I mentioned earlier, to just decide to call for no apparent reason, you just decide to start blowing up other people's phones, then there's everything wrong with that.
Let's get this right. When, like I said, I think you did actually answer it very well. So, what is the right thing to actually do? Let's take, for instance, we actually are talking to a baby mama out there. Really, is it right to actually have a situation where you're all up in your baby daddy's business just because you actually have a child with them? Really, shouldn't there be boundaries? Shouldn't there be a situation where someone actually gets to move on? What is happening to their relationship also?
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a relationship with me, and all you are doing, Chichi, is constantly you are troubling your baby daddy and everything. Clearly, you've not moved on. So really...
And there are just those times when the baby man goes, no, he just wanted to speak to you.
Can I just maybe one of the
Like,
situations?
shoot me already.
One of the situations that leads to these kinds of confrontations is, guys, sometimes you do lead women on. You know that you're not in a relationship with your baby mama. You're seeing somebody else, but it also turns out that you still want to have sex.
You want to have
In these cases, yeah, because she will
baby
feel
daddy.
entitled, because she's like, hey, after all, he still calls me for a booty call. Most of these people meet up. I have friends who maybe they've been divorced, but they still meet up with them. And they're
have
like,
sex.
get a girlfriend. That kind of situation.
Just to
So
add on
most
to
of the time,
what she's saying, maybe it might not even have to be about being called for a booty call.
Yeah.
Even just communication.
Yes,
itself.
communication, because
You are chatting the whole day.
babe. Oh yeah.
In that chat, there's nothing to do with the kids.
You use different situations, so
yes.
it's normal for
Yes.
you.
For the
Yeah,
kids right now.
But most of the time, if the
This-
woman
yes.
is over the top, it's the man.
It's the man. He hasn't set
Yes,
boundaries.
he
He
hasn't
hasn't
set
told her
boundaries.
this is how
So
far you can go.
what-
The man is
what-
leading the woman on. You become too entertaining.
Okay, let's not focus on only baby mamas. Let's not forget that we do have
baby daddies that are crazy.
Yeah. There are very few that are very crazy.
Like,
Mostly it's the women.
I'll be honest with you. I've got a man that has been on my case from the time I was in grade 7.
That's a long time.
No, you can imagine.
Grade 7.
I've told the guy, no, I've moved on, but they're just still there. And we have men that are just like that, consistently on your back. You have moved on, you're married, happily married, you even have more children, but it's just there, consistently. Hi, I just want to speak to the baby. Sometimes there are men who are like that out there, and I think we should move away from saying just baby mama. It's also baby daddies.
Yeah.
Because they actually fail to actually let go.
Yeah.
But again, I think I like what it is that Nyemba and Sibo did say. One of the things that especially us men fail to actually do is create boundaries. I'll tell you what, people are only able to treat us the way we let them treat us. The way they behave towards us and the women that we start to date on the part of men, and the way they behave on the part of women, has everything to do with the relationship that exists between this person that has actually been left and the one that they actually were involved with. So this is where we really do actually have an issue. But again, let us understand something, Nyemba and Sibo. This is a person that you have a child with. What are the boundaries that should be there to ensure that you have this civil relationship with this person that you have a child with, and then there's also this other relationship that is growing very well with your partner and it's not interrupted in any way by the baby mama or baby daddy? What are the limits that need to actually be there?
It's very simple. Let communication stick to things that will concern the child or the children, period.
Nothing like, how are you?
For what?
For what? Like your ex, I believe your ex.
For what? It's very, no. It's very simple. My ex decides to call me, hi Sibo, how are you? I
Why
am
are you
fine.
calling me?
Why? Exactly. Next thing is, no, it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. When can I see you? No, and I feel yes, he's just being genuine. There's nothing wrong. He hasn't seen me in a while. Maybe he just wants to say, I'm free over the weekend. Then what is it that you're starting? Bit by bit, he will start to think, or she will start to think, because they called me and they felt, and there was nothing wrong with us spending time at that particular time. There will be nothing wrong with me calling. There's nothing wrong with me going a second time. So boundaries again
are very important.
Yes.
And people actually think that there's no attachment to having sex with your exes. It doesn't work like that.
I feel like
As women, we're emotionally confused. We're emotionally
Munda
confused.
waka.
For a man, it will be just sex, but for us, it will just be a
Okay,
relationship.
okay, guys, we're going on a break now. So I think the emphasis has now been boundaries. Are we creating enough boundaries to stop the drama from happening in our relationships, in our marriages, with these baby mama and baby daddies? That is what we're going to have to continue with after the break. Thank you.
All right, and we are back. We're still still tackling this topic about baby mamas and baby daddies and what's the best solution towards it. All right, now, ladies, Emmanuel, who really is the problem? Is it the partner to either the baby mama or the baby daddy? What causes all these arguments? Like, I just feel like they never seem to get along. Like, you just can't get along with your baby mama or your baby daddy.
It's different. Coming to women, most of the time, women have trust issues. You come in, maybe you don't have a child, he has a child. In our heads, we think, oh yeah, there's still that connection. So maybe you're trying to cause that drama. So it can go either way. But it doesn't matter whether it's a guy or it's a woman. It all depends on how you guys related to each other when you were together and how you guys parted ways. Because if you parted ways amicably, you would have talked, we'll take you take care of the child. If you need money, you let me know. These things can work, but sometimes people complicate them for themselves, by themselves, because they want to be stuck to that person and still be involved in that person's life. But I believe, like, if you have a child, they have a child, if he's visiting, you go visit, come back, chop it up.
We have got situations where we, because of the drama that actually happens, and you have a man that puts his foot down, to say, you know what, I don't want any drama. I want a situation where I'm going to succeed in my relationship because I don't want any interruption, any drama coming from the outside. I want to focus on my woman. Is it therefore right, Sivo, to have a situation where, let's take, for instance, you have this woman that is on the outside that is taking care of the children. Is it therefore right to have a situation where a man puts his foot down and makes it clear, don't you call me, call my wife for anything that you actually need? Is that okay?
Well, if as a man, as a man, if you feel that is the only way that is going to create peace on both sides, your baby mama and the person that you're in a relationship with, if you feel it's going to work for you, I feel there's absolutely nothing wrong with you doing that, as long as you are going to be sure both the baby mama and the person that you are dating or currently married to will be able to get along in a very civil manner.
Okay. So at the end of the day, Chichi, civility. And I think that is what that's where we actually are missing it.
Yeah.
People fail to actually be civil. They feel just because they had something going with this person they have a child with, they still should continue having something with this person. So I think that is where we're struggling. It's the issue of being civil. Yeah.
Let's twist it around a little bit. What if the problem is actually with your partner? In your case, the baby mama. Or not the baby mama, rather. What if
Simple way. Simple.
What if it's your
Tell
partner?
your partner to sort them out.
No. In an event that it's your partner who's actually insisting on talking to your baby mom and baby
then
daddy.
that baby daddy or that guy is not over the baby.
I feel like it's not always the problem though. What if it's your partner
The first question is, why is she insisting on being the one who to be talking to the baby mama?
Because it's not over.
Yes, maybe it's because the man is showing signs that there's something that could be going on that the other woman doesn't know about.
Yeah, like he wants to make sure, what is she doing? Who is she seeing? What are you doing? They want to lie. You say, no, I don't want my child to be in the company of what. But meanwhile, you are saying,
so meaning they
other
haven't
women.
moved on.
Yeah, I think, that's why I always believe in communication. You can talk to those people. I even believe that there's a situation where me and the baby mama can go hang out. Why? Because it's not.
Yes.
I can definitely have a drink with my somebody.
That is a really nice one, remember.
No,
it is something that I was actually trying to get to. Really, is there a problem with having a situation where your baby mama and your wife become friends that talk?
If I was a man, I would
they have to, because at some point they have to, because maybe the baby mama has a child with you and the wife has a child with you. Trust me, if there's nothing going on with those two, the exes, you're not
there
going to be
shouldn't be anything
threatened.
wrong.
They shouldn't
So it's fine that the baby mama and one
There's absolutely nothing wrong.
shows
There's absolutely
you guys.
Yes,
The way-
you're being silly.
Emmanuel, there are killings happening right now.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
you think too much.
But again, Chichi, I think I will try and side with these guys. Let us understand something, Chichi. You are two women that have got children of the same man.
Yeah.
You get my point? I think really, if you are so civil and you are really civilized about it, there's really nothing wrong, especially for the sake of the children. Because at the end of the day, one thing that we need to understand is that, you see, we need to have a situation where there can be that communication between, I'll tell you what, even when it comes to issues of the pickups, okay, there's nothing wrong with having a situation where you're my wife, I have got children with somebody else, there's nothing wrong with me telling you you are going to be the one to go and pick up the children.
Yeah.
Because maybe if I am the one that goes to pick them up, because then you come back with another story and say, what's happening?
Mwachukola sana.
You understand?
You always take 30 minutes. Today you went for an hour and a half.
Yes, you went for an hour and a half, and you know what? Your shirt was nicely tucked.
It's about moving
So all
on.
those things actually come in, but I feel that if there are no hard feelings, really, honestly, there's really nothing wrong with having a situation where people start to get along for the sake of those children.
What about baby mamas?
Boy, you are being emotional on this one. Is there something you want to share with us? Really?
I'm back to the topic. What about a baby mama that was only brought in the picture? You already married your partner.
Then they come.
Boom. Yeah, like your partner just got impregnated by your partner got impregnated by another man, or your baby, your daddy, your partner has impregnated another girl. How do you handle that situation? Because it's a different case altogether.
Yeah, I think it's all about being truthful. Some situations, you can't always be bad. I meet this lovely woman. Let me tell her everything about myself. No, you can't always do that. Come on, you don't know tomorrow if you're going to meet somebody else. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that I think when you get into the situation, that's the time that you start talking about these things, so that it shouldn't be a surprise. But there are instances where maybe even the guy doesn't know that he has a child, and then it just comes along. Again, it's all about how much you trust your partner. Trust is always a number one factor. It could either break you or it could make you as a couple. Mm-hmm. Because if my husband came and told me, I was stuck, so I had to sleep at my ex's home. If he tells me nothing happened, why shouldn't I believe it? If I trust him. Why shouldn't I believe that? Yes.
Honestly, was that the only house? Was that the only house
that he could go to? There are places where I'm saying, no heavy rains. What are you going to do? Would I rather have a dead husband?
That partner doesn't have best friends.
No. Because they got soaked with rains.
It's all about trust. When you
I'm sorry. Let me just take you back. Honey boo, honey pie. Look at my face when I'm talking.
Sleeping at
he doesn't have friends. Like your ex is the only option that you have.
Are you sure you've never ever been in a situation where you only have your ex to help?
No, I have never been.
No, not just ex.
You said help, but what sort of help? You said going to sleep.
No, what I was saying is, for instance, we're talking about baby mama, baby daddy.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a child. He went to pick up that child. That was an example.
And then the baby died.
The example is coming to the trust. The trust. If I trust my partner, storm. Would I rather have a dead husband or a safe husband? If he tells me nothing happened, nothing happened.
No, with
or without the rain. If he went to pick up the child, it starts raining when he's there. Let him leave the child. There's always tomorrow. If he has to walk through the rain to come back to me, he will do that. It is only here. So funny that it's only here in Zambia where we believe the
No, I'd rather have.
No, for me, he should walk through the rain.
Okay, guys.
This argument works.
Okay, guys. I would love to be your husband for now. Honestly, come on. Realistically, you can't have a situation where you spend a night at your ex's
We are
and
different.
still.
We are
of
different.
course, really.
I've come to learn in life that our choices can be made. Life is how we make it. Mm-hmm. Okay. If I choose to be miserable and my boyfriend or my husband is always cheating on me, I'm never ever going to be happy. But if I decide to be happy in what I do and what I believe in, then I'm going to be happy for the rest of my life.
I think here is the point, really. Even in your trust, I think there has got to be certain boundaries that your partner should not actually cross. Just because you actually trust them does not mean that they should actually go to the extremes to try your
boundary.
trust.
There's a life involved, you guys.
What situation? What situation? What situation?
You just can't avoid that situation. Come on, let's be realistic. If you think your partner slept with the ex, then you don't trust them, then you don't love them. If you don't trust your partner, then that means you do not love them. Get out of that relationship and leave that man alone.
Okay, guys, let's move on.
Okay, sorry, just to cut you short.
Okay.
There's a special saying what bola tayamba 1-0, right? Mama bola yamba 1-0. Yamba for 0-0, right? Isn't it better to just forget about baby mama, baby daddy, and find a person who doesn't have a child?
No,
That's not my
opinion. Is it something that you have control over? That's number one. That's a question that you have to ask yourself. Is it something that you have control over? What if the person that God actually appointed you to be with is someone
Already
that
has?
Yeah, exactly. And then you're busy looking for the next one.
What if you keep finding
next woman that doesn't?
how long are you going to
Yes.
I think Chichi, that's you have asked a very good question, and this is something that we really need to understand. There was a time that I did actually start a conversation on my Facebook page, and I was saying, you know what? Just because the lady has got a child doesn't actually mean that she cannot actually make a good wife, or doesn't mean that she becomes less marketable. Like she's actually said, it is not women that do not have children that make the best of wives.
Yeah.
Just like it is not men that do not have children that make the best of husbands. So I think we should not try and cut across lines and start to say, okay, people should just, go for people that don't have children, and men should just go for women that don't have children. At the end of the day, there are certain qualities, certain traits that you want to come with a person that you actually want to spend the rest of your life with. What is important, Chichi, like we were actually saying, I think let us have a situation where boundaries are actually created, and we need to have people that get into relationships and get married, and they have children with other people. Make it very clear to say, look, I have a child with this person and the relationship has ended. The only relationship that exists between me and this person is the child. You understand?
Yeah.
That is something that a lot of us have actually failed to do, and I feel that is what we need to work on. The idea of saying, because seriously, we actually have, we actually have a lot, we don't want to have a situation where I've talked too much. We don't want to have a situation where we're going to define how our partners should come. There must be something on the inside of somebody that we want to be our partners to come with. So if those qualities are going to be in a person that has got a child,
ladies,
well and good.
Your conclusions.
My conclusion is communication. It's always important to communicate. If I'm in a relationship with you, Emmanuel, I'm going to expect you to tell me certain things that might come to bring problems in our lives. And my other important thing is trust. You have to trust your partner. If they tell you there's nothing going on, then you have to believe them. Unless you see otherwise, then that's when you also communicate again. But it's all about communication.
Boundaries again. Boundaries. Set the right boundaries. Be transparent in everything that you do. You are going to meet with the baby mama, the baby daddy. Your partner should know about it. It shouldn't be that something that should just catch you off guard, find you at a mall chilling with the baby mama, chilling with the baby daddy, and you did not even make mention to your partner. Be transparent, be truthful, set boundaries.
The most important thing, obviously, is the child. Every child is a blessing. I think they should be accepted either by a baby mama and the person that actually married your baby mama, or vice versa. And also, most importantly, as long as you love that person, it's absolutely fine, whether they do have a child or they do not. Communication and trust is the most important thing. Thank you so much for joining us on the conversation. From me, Chichi.
Thank you very much, Chichi. I think one of the things that have actually come out in the conversation that we've actually had with these great ladies is communication and transparency when it comes to dealing with issues of baby mama and baby daddy. That is something, if you're watching us, you've got baby mama, baby daddy, drama. You can put an end to that drama by having a situation where you put your foot down and define the relationship that exists between you and the person that you have a child with, because you have got this relationship that you need to nurture with your partner. Until next time, thank you so much.